This is Kristine Kieland, and I just wanted to come in and take a moment of your time. And I'm going to do a channel with Love Beyond Love, Consciousness, My Higher Self. But I've been really wanting to get on for a few days and talk about duality and the divisiveness that I see played out quite a bit with people and with people's thoughts and with people's actions, right? Your thoughts and your actions are confusing sometimes. And again, I want to talk about the energy that you're creating. I want to talk about what you're actually adding to the world and how your thoughts, your words, what you share with others is you get to make a decision. Are you going to participate in the divisiveness? Are you going to participate in the hate, the bigotry, the racism, the disconnection, the discord, the infighting? Are you going to play in that field and increase more of it? Or are you going to pull yourself out of it totally and create a whole nother vibration, frequency, energy field, a whole nother place to play in? And the reason, this has been on my mind all week and I just haven't had a chance to, and I got the channel coming in a few minutes. So, hello delightfully lovelies and beautifuls. Yes, we are here with you to share our inspiration, our joy, our love, our total support of you. Kristine was getting a little long-winded and we want to just cut to the chase. You have a choice in every single moment, with every breath you take, of how you show up in this world. You are participating for most of your life. To be honest, for all of your life, you are participated in an energy field of duality, where you had two experiences to try and find a whole. You now have the opportunity, the glorious, the most wonderful, the most exciting. Our English is limited. We're looking through Kristine's banks, her memory banks, to see what is the best. Expression of what we are trying to share with you. You have, yes, honey. Hi, Aunt Dolores. You have the golden opportunity to change your experience. This takes some concerted effort. This takes great attention. You cannot talk out of this side of your mouth and say, "Oh, I love and I love all. I accept all. I am kind, I'm generous," and then out of this mouth spew hatred. And at this moment in this time, because of the political spectrum, the political landscape that we're looking at, and right now we're looking exactly at the United States. We're looking not so much across the globe, although there's discord across the globe and there's misunderstanding. We just want you to see the misunderstanding that you are participating in. You are free will beings. You can choose to live any way you want. But we hear, it's cacophony. It is constant noise we hear coming up from your universe, from your planet, from going beyond your atmosphere. It comes right from your heart. I'm going to slow it down. And what we see are divided hearts. Within yourself, you have a divided heart. You want so badly to live in a different world. You want so badly to live with kindness and compassion and to have the best for everyone. Whatever your view of how you get that. We don't judge what is best for everybody. We don't judge what is the best way to get there. That's not for us. This is for you. We want to bring to you the information and shine a flashlight on how when you match an experience or a situation with the exact same thing you're complaining about, it is your version of insanity. It's not our version of insanity, it is your version of insanity. And what we will give you examples. So we are very attentive to all of you and to your planet and to what is going on. You have a process going on right now within your political system of infighting. This person did this person did that. President Trump is wrong or President Trump is right. We don't have, our opinion is not valid or valuable to you at this time. We see a bigger picture. We understand exactly what's going on. But what we are asking you and inviting you to see is that when you call someone else a name to make your point, you are doing exactly what President Trump does. Do you understand why he shows up as such, in some people's opinion, as such a vile person, a vile personality? He is this man plays the role of dividing your country, and he plays it very well. This has been something your country has been embracing themselves in for many, many decades, that we are going to divide. There is only one way to think. It's either you call it your Republican or you call it your Democratic way. You don't see room for any conversation. You don't see room for creating a new environment. Again, we are using extreme words, so with, of course, maybe not every individual, but please pay attention to to what you share, either through your social media, through your coffee breaks, through your family conversations. If you are spewing hatred, you are no different than the person supposedly that you are trying to change. You want your opinion heard? We are, to the best of our ability, want you to understand you are not a victim. You are not a victim to circumstances. You are not a victim to your political parties. You allow this to happen because you are comfortable. You are comfortable in the energy of someone having more power or more control over your life. We understand this is a bit of a stretch for some, so we want to be very clear in how we explain this. So for instance, and we're just looking at the channel that's on the line right now, okay? So it seems that many people listening right now are opposed to President Trump and his tactics, correct? So if you are opposed to what he is doing, to then get online or have a coffee with somebody or have a conversation, and then you are not creating solutions. You're not changing the landscape, and you're not changing the energy by just, he is the worst president we have, we need to get him out of the office. You want to be a powerful being, a creator being, someone who actually changes your existence. We want you to know very clearly that from our viewpoint, this impeachment process is a bit of a distraction. It keeps people focused on who's right and who's wrong. It keeps people focused on blaming someone else. You have a political system that was set in place with checks and balances for democracy, for what's best for all. You've gotten very, very far away from that ideology and that concept. We prefer that you look at your own actions, your own life. You are doing very well. We applaud you all, but you are still living in a place of duality. You live in a place that I can say I'm kind and generous. I do the best for myself. I do the best for my neighbor. And then on the other hand, you have two hands and they're not in union. They're not doing the same thing. Does this make sense? We are, as we said, we're a higher vibration, so we're doing our best to understand that your human experience that you're going through right now and bring it into your terms through Kristine's vocabulary. We see great compassion. We see great compassion expressed and extended to one another. We see who's listening right now. We see who will be listening in the future. You are doing beautifully. But you're getting caught up. You're getting caught up in an old paradigm that no longer serves your society or serves you. Please be conscious of your choices. Kristine is trying really hard not to offend anybody or throw anybody under the bus under her terms, and we're looking for experiences to make this more relevant. Basically, we've talked about it before. We talk about energy that you create in the energy field that you're in. If you want to see the end of divisiveness within your country, please have the end of divisiveness within yourself. This is actually a big wake-up call, a very big wake-up call. And it's a call you've asked for. We are communicating with everyone's heart and everyone's soul. We don't bring information to an audience that does not want to hear it. We do not. We sense the turmoil. We sense and understand the turmoil. And as you just saw, help. We just saw go across the screen. We sense the turmoil and the frustration you have with your society. We sense the angst. We understand what you're experiencing. But we want to encourage you. We want you to understand that you are the change makers. Please do not look to your politicians or your neighbor or your husband or your dog or somebody else to do the change that you have actually said that you would do. This is a prearranged agreement that your soul made. This is very important for you to understand this. Your soul made a prearranged agreement, a very conscious choice before it became into this physical body to participate in the change of human evolution, to participate in the end of the paradigm of duality, where things had to be good to offset suffering, that you had to have black to understand white, that you had to have famine to understand that we all have enough food on this planet, blah, 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 blah. Kristine could go on and on and on with many, many examples. You made a very conscious decision to end pain, sorrow, and suffering within your life experience, within the planetary experience. You do not need to look out broadly like Kristine does and see all. You just need to look in your time frame. And we have an invitation for you, please, if you would like to partake in it. For the next 30 days, can you please refrain from spreading hatred? Can you please refrain from spreading hatred? Hatred is a very extreme word. Hatred, in our opinion, is anything that is less than love, which covers quite a bit. So it's irritation. It is blaming. It is pointing fingers. It is very tempting, especially with your climate of social media, where you want to post something and say, "Oh, I am right. See, my opinion is right. My person's right." And again, we keep focusing in on your political scene right now because it is a time bomb. It is a time bomb. But be patient. Play your part and know that things are changing. Again, we say that this whole political process that you're going through is a distraction because you're paying attention to things that we're going to play out and change anyway. You know, it's very simply, we could very well vote somebody out of office and not go through hoops impeachment trials. Yes, it's right. It is right to go through the process. But do you want to be right or do you want change? Sometimes being right doesn't serve the greater purpose. We look at not only the members of your Congress, your Senate, your all your different councils, and we look at the individual. There is much work that is needed in your country. We do not look at political parties. We do not care. We cover everyone with the same essence of love and compassion because everyone's just having their own experience. But there's so much that needs to be addressed that is not being addressed. We are asking you to please take action, because if you are in the energy of taking action and changing your life, you are inspiring others to take action and change their life. You have a system. You have a system. This seems Kristine's making. Kristine, you don't get a say in this. Kristine, you do not get a say in this one. It does not matter what people's opinion is when what they're hearing from us. But you have a system where it's a lot of mouth talk. I want to be heard. I want to stand up in front of the room. I want to be blah, 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 blah. It's not change. It is not changing. Does this make sense to you? We want to make it very clear to you that if you want the energy of the society you live in and the consciousness of the society you live in to change, you have to start it. So please, spend the next 30 days. Do your best not to post uplifting things. If you're on, and you are on social media, we can see that right now because you're here. So ha 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 ha. Do your best to post something. We challenge you and invite you to find something once a day that is uplifting, that is kind, is compassionate, that actually adds value to someone and to yourself. And then think about it. And the biggest way you can tell if you're working in duality and if you're actually playing in the same energy pool as something you disagree with is how you feel. So, for instance, if you're posting, this happened earlier today, Kristine was told about a post that was made and people were fighting all over it and blah, blah, blah. But if you're going to repost something, how does it make you feel? Is your chest tight and you got to be right and you got to get your point across and you want to just, you're just in that angst? You are just expanding on what you're saying is wrong. But if you're talking to someone, you're posting something, it makes you feel good. It brings about generosity or compassion or brings a giggle. The best you can do is post a joke every day, then post that. You have to be the change in the energy field. You have to be the change in consciousness. And you do that by mentally, intentionally changing what it is, what you are projecting out in the world. And be also very clear that if you're getting triggered by things that are going on, it is still running somewhere within you. Kristine can look at the political landscape. She can look at a lot that's going on. Some people feel like she's disinterested, perhaps, or that she doesn't care. It's not that. She's like, I don't play there anymore. I'm just very aware. I'm very aware that I'm not going to play in those fields anymore. And it's not because I don't care. I care a lot. I care a lot that we all have a better life. I care a lot that we come to an end of this crap we've been playing in. I remember being a little girl, and my parents were very cognizant and very aware of racial inequality. I was very aware of racial injustice in our household. I was always very aware, and I thought, boy, this will be over before I know it. The hatred, the bigotry, the man's inhumanity to man. So I'm forgetting why I said that. But I don't know, that even just left me. But I grew up being aware of that. But I also watched people who said that I grew up, for instance, here's a good example. I grew up at a time, early 1980s, where just the vocabulary of gay rights started to come into my awareness, right? And I would see people who say, yes, you have to include everybody, right? Everybody deserves rights. Everybody deserves a family to love. Everybody deserves that. But if you're hating the person who's telling you can't have that, you're in the same puddle. So have compassion for the person who doesn't have the awareness and the understanding that we're all human beings and we all deserve the same experience. You in our own unique way, right? So I'm hoping this makes sense a little bit. The channel, hello, delightful, lovely, and beautifuls. We just stepped aside because Kristine just wanted to have a bit of a say, and her own consciousness slipped through for just a moment. Again, we are not here we are here to be your encouragers, to be your supporters, to help you live your very best life. We're just shedding a light on something that we see is problematic and something that is easily changed. Again, we just want to encourage you to be aware of your thoughts, and please be aware of what you're putting out into the world. As you say, this is the season of love and joy, peace and harmony. This is the season for giving. This is a season for giving. So what are you giving out this season? We're just going to bring in we're going to bring in our consciousness, our energy field. Take a moment, take a deep breath, and just soak it all in. This will be a nice jumping start for you. Clear your heart, clear your field, clear your energy, clear your consciousness. You're all beautiful, wonderful light beings. You've had some really challenging times. We acknowledge that. We understand that. We know it has been a tough life experience. We know you've seen the good and bad in yourself and in others. Let that all come in. You, my dear, are the change we've been waiting for. You're born into this time so that you can participate in the change. Do it consciously, do it with a full heart, and do it with the knowledge that you make a big difference. You're an influencer. You get to decide what your influence will be. So let that sit with everybody for a few minutes. This energy field that's coming in, that you're feeling, it's very, very subtle. Some may feel it, some may not. Some may feel a little nauseated. Some may get a little bit of a dizziness in their head, tingling. There's no right or wrong way to feel it. I can guarantee you that you're absorbing it, that's soaking in. Just depends. No judgment on how you're receiving it. I can guarantee you're receiving it. You're going to receive it for about the next 18 hours. It's going to keep coming in at whatever speed and whatever volume is best for you. You're not doing your life wrong. You are having your best experience, but now you have an opportunity to change that experience, to make it even just a little bit more appealing to you, and to bring in experiences that match your higher self, which is peace and love and harmony, compassion for self, love for self. So before I wrap up, I want to remind you and please ask you to spend the next 30 days being intentional in what you share. Find one word that you want to share. Your next 30 days, what are you sharing? Is it laughter? Is it peace? Is it harmony? You get to decide. You can stay 30 days. You can quit after one day. Whatever works for you. And then, still coming in. Thanks, honey. On a personal note, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm grateful that I have the time for it to be with you. As I mentioned before, I'm really answering a call to expand my visibility. So if you feel guided, could you please share this video? Could you please go to my YouTube channel, Kristine Kieland, and subscribe to that? That would be a great benefit to me. share that video. As a reminder, I want to remind everybody that shares this video, a YouTube video, or Instagram, anything like that. If you share that for me, I can gift you a 30-minute session with me to answer and to bring in whatever is best for you to know at this time. Once you do that, I'll share a link with you. I just need to know that you did it. I need to see that you did it. So I really appreciate that. I so appreciate your time. I want you to know that I see you. I really do see you. I'm so grateful for you. I understand you. I'm here for you. I will hold this space for you until you can hold it for yourself. And most importantly, I love you. And I'm so grateful that we get to share this time together. Thank you.